Hey folks, Stefan Krajisnik here with Andrew Gillis talking to you after Oregon 32, Ohio State 31, the first loss of the season for Ohio State, the first loss for Will Howard as a quarterback at Ohio State. So we'll start off by grading his performance. Andrew, what grade do you give Will Howard and why?
So I'm at a C minus here, and I would have been maybe not a lot higher, but definitely higher had that play that is happening right behind where we are filming this, had that play not happened. Ohio State, you all know it. Ohio State had 6 seconds left on the clock. They're outside the 40-yard line, or maybe they're at the 38-yard line, I think it was at the time. And they just need a couple of yards to make it a reasonable field goal attempt to try and win the game and to try to get out of here with a win. Will Howard scrambles forward. He took too long making a read, scrambles forward, slides down, the clock runs out, the game's over. That's just not a play that a fifth-year quarterback can make. That's just not a play that you can expect out of a quarterback of his ilk and of his kind, right? I thought he did a good job moving them down the field before that. I thought he had some really nicely timed throws. I think it's another one of those games where the stat sheet might not be as, indicative of how he played. I think the stat sheet may be a little bit better than how he played. I would have a higher grade if that mistake had not happened. You can forgive the snap again, behind where you guys are watching this. You can forgive the snap where he just drops the ball. That was not on Seth McLaughlin. It didn't appear to be. He just didn't handle the ball on third down, forcing an Ohio State punt. I thought he had some nice throws. I thought he played fairly well and did exactly what Ohio State asked him to do. Wasn't overly exceptional, but I didn't think it was necessarily bad. But that last play, that's sticking in my mind because the whole point of Will Howard is you have a veteran quarterback who can control the game, handle the emotions, and he did that up until that last point. And, he talked about it afterwards. That's going to sting him for a long time. So I'm at a C minus just because of that. That dropped me pretty significantly. Had that play not happened, had he gone down with 2 seconds and Ohio State misses the field goal, I'm probably at like a C plus or a B minus. Yeah. But where we're at in that game, that just can't happen at that moment in time.
If they get a chance to get that field goal off, whether make or miss, I'm probably talking about a B plus game from Will Howard. I lean with you. When we were going to start the video, we were talking about this, and I was going to go, somewhat higher than Andrew. I actually kind of agree with him. I'll go with a C, just a little bit higher than you. But the thing I can't get out of my mind is just what you were talking about. It's a veteran quarterback, and you could argue Ohio State made a lot of mistakes today. The defense was not great. Judkins had the fumble. There was a kick right here around midfield that hit off of Caleb Downs, as Ryan Day said. But the two biggest plays of the game, in my opinion, are the fumble snap, because I think it was 3rd and 3, and Ohio State's offense had been cruising at that point. You're pretty confident they're going to get a first down and at least run some more clock. You get that fumble snap, and then the play, obviously, at the end of the game. It's hard to overcome that, right? When the two big – it's just – is the fumble a fluke play that, doesn't happen 99 100 times? Sure. The play at the end, is that a tough play to, have that clock running in your mind and time it exactly right? Sure, those are tough plays. But at the end of the day, to win a game like this, both those plays have to be made. You can't make mistakes like that. He made 2 costly mistakes that I think cost Ohio State this game. Now they go into the bye week having to deal with the fact that they got their first loss of the season. We'll see how this team, I should say, will respond. Make sure to get the text 614-350-3315 and get Buckeye Talk wherever you get podcasts.